Okay, stream will be starting now. My bad for starting late. Give me a sec. Yosha. Okay, hello. My name is Tamashi, and all I gotta say is TamaDays. I'm a grumpy Latina who lives in Japan. I now try to stream 4 times a week. 2 times of those days, I do political commentary where I speak on issues that matter to me and should matter to you. And on the rest of those days, I do fun variety stream games. Okay, I started late today because I had some unexpected stuff to do, including that involved me paying a bunch of bills. So it took a while to do that. And to also prepare for stream. But I am here now, and I'm going to talk about the global SUMUD Flotilla's recent mission to Palestine to deliver humanitarian aid to Gaza. But before I talk about that, thank you, Ali, for being first. And also for telling me that I had the wrong pinned. Let's see. Nyor, are you a bot or are you human? It's okay if you're not a bot, but it's just a rule. Don't mention other streamers on here or people. I don't know who that is. And also, yeah, you replied to me saying a stream will start after the ads with the same thing. So I was like, is this a bot or not? I'm confused. But yeah, I don't know if you're a bot or not. If you are though, I'll destroy you, okay? But if you aren't, wait, what? If you're a bot, I'll destroy you. If you're not a bot, I won't destroy you. Don't worry. Just be respectful and please read the rules, okay? Now, and the pinned. Please be respectful. I think I'm getting the hang of just like fighting with bigots on Twitter and or in chat. So just be respectful, y'all. You won't win. It's if you don't want to be respectful, okay? You will just end up proving my points right. Okay, so unfortunately, the reality of things is that, well, not many people are talking about the flotillas this year. What the hell is that noise? Not really. Compared to last year, I feel like there was more traction on the internet for the concern of the global SUMUD flotillas, right? But this year, even I couldn't keep up with it because, of course, there was other things going on. The US decided to start a war with Iran, and now it's like destroying the economy around the fucking world. Everything's kind of going to shit because of the US and Israel even more. There's been bombs in Lebanon as well. And Palestine is still suffering from a genocide. There's just a lot of things to talk about, which is the reason why I decided to do political commentary twice a week, because I just can't talk enough about these issues in one stream, especially when I go to work and I have to stay up till like 3 a.m. sometimes trying to tell you guys everything that's going on. So I was just kind of surprised, or I don't know if I was surprised or not, but kind of worried, I suppose, that this time the mission for the global SUMUD Flotilla mission, which is basically a bunch of boats with a bunch of civilians from around the world, okay, getting on boats and sailing to Israel. Okay, Israel has made it illegal, chat. Okay, illegal. Oh, I forgot to remove my logo. Lamau has made it illegal to allow any humanitarian aid in Gaza without their permission. But even with their permission, they just keep all of the aid, either destroy it, use it for themselves, or steal it, or let it lie there as millions of people slowly die from lack of food and aid in Gaza and Palestine. So of course, many people have made it their mission to sail across the ocean, to break the siege, okay? And be able to deliver humanitarian aid in Palestine. Before we get to the recent events on the flotillas, I would also like to apologize for not talking enough about the flotillas. Once again, I feel like they haven't gotten much traction, but it's not like I haven't been talking. It's not like I have talked about them enough ever since they announced their next mission, which is going on right now, I suppose. But yeah, they've been kidnapped again, y'all. This is not a drill, not even a surprise at this point. But they've been kidnapped again. And before I go into details on the recent kidnappings, I'd like to remind you guys that there has been many flotillas before in the past, international flotillas from around the world, trying to deliver aid to Palestine. The only difference this time and last year's flotilla mission is that this involved literally more people and more people from around the world, not just like in the Middle East, but it expanded so much. I think last year you had one person from Japan, people from Mexico, people from Brazil, you know, where else? People from Europe, of course, USA. It just spread all over the world. It was very touching and very stressful as well, because if you guys were here last year, they were attacked, okay? Kidnapped and fucking tortured in jail. One of the prominent things that happened last year, guys, was that Greta Thunberg was in last year's first biggest flotilla mission towards Palestine. She as well got arrested, kidnapped from the boats, and tortured in the Israeli prisons. It was a very scary time. And now it's happening again, chat? Again? And are we really not going to say anything about it? I'm not. And I hope you guys, say something about it as well. Let's get into it. Tama, hello, Cynthia. How are you? Something's wrong with my chat. On my end, like I can't really see my chat. If you guys can spam for like 30 seconds, that would help me. I want to see if it's working or not. I don't think it's working. Because I think Cynthia sent that a while ago. Okay, now I see you guys. I hope it's working now. My OBS crashed when I tried to stream earlier. I think you guys noticed that, so my bad if I don't read your chats, including the YouTubers. I can see both my YouTube and Twitch chat when it works, which is usually, but this time it's kind of sussy. Thank you, Ali and Cynthia. Okay, so, but yeah, before we talk about the most recent crimes that the IOF has done against the activists and civilians in these new flotilla boats, I want to remind you guys of a flotilla mission from 10 years ago, okay? Where a group of people wanted to go to Palestine and deliver aid to Palestine. I just turned off my música. Let me remove my logo. And this was a flotilla mission from 10 years ago, chat. Okay? And look at the title right there. Can you even see that? It says Israeli Navy storms Gaza flotilla once again. Oh my God. Chat, I was wrong. This is not from 10 years ago. This is from fucking 15 years ago. Fucking Christ. Oh, I forgot to remove this. My bad. 15 years ago. Jesus Christ. So let's read the description here. Israeli commandos stormed a flotilla carrying aid and protesters to Gaza. Sound familiar? Okay. Killing 9 activists and sparking global outrage. The incident took place in international waters on May 31st, 2010. Very close. May 31st is literally next month. Almost exactly a month, 15 years ago. Okay. So, when I talked about this last year, in last year's Global Summit Flotilla mission, I showed this to you guys because this is literally evidence of the Israeli army killing activists and civilians trying to send humanitarian aid to Gaza. It's documented. It's historical footage. They've done it before. Last year, they really have been throwing the propaganda like pink washing, liberal washing, where Israel pretends like they're the good guys, okay? They're good at doing that. They pretend they are the good guys, that they're very progressive, that they care for LGBTQ rights, even though they don't allow, people of the same sex to get married. And anyway, they pink wash a lot. They use the LGBTQ community a lot to dehumanize Palestinians and to try to perceive themselves as liberal, also by paying liberals from like social media platforms and Democrats in like, political affiliations and stuff to defend Israel, okay? So be careful when Israel always makes themselves the victim and tries to portray themselves as this like progressive group of people who is simply trying to defend themselves when it's simply not true. Because again, 15 years ago, there's evidence of them jumping on this boat, attacking one member of the flotilla, and then it just turned into a bloodbath. Everyone was attacking each other, and it ended up killing 9 of these activists. And then they went back home. The Israeli soldiers went back home, chat, and they were like, "Oh my God, where are the victims?" And they literally started it. Okay, so let's watch this historical piece of evidence from 15 years ago. Okay.
It was a confrontation that had been waiting to happen. An international flotilla carrying aid and protesters to Gaza, the Israelis ordering them to divert. Around dawn, the Israeli Navy moved in. These pictures from a pro-Islamic Turkish aid group appear to show Israeli commandos abseiling down from a helicopter onto one of the vessels, but being attacked and beaten as they landed. The Israelis succeeded in securing the vessel, but some 9 activists died and dozens were injured. Around 10 Israelis were wounded. How the bloodshed began remains unclear. Activists say the Israelis opened fire before boarding the vessel, wounding the captain and setting off a series of violent clashes. Israel had its own version of events, the military issuing aerial pictures of what appeared to be activists attacking the commandos as they came down.
Because they
Israel
shot them.
said its men were met with stun grenades and firebombs, and one was thrown down a deck. Israel's defense minister Ehud Barak said he regretted the loss of life, but blamed the activists.
Sorry for those who were killed and wounded, but the
He's not sorry.
responsibility lies within those who initiated this pledge,
He initiated
those
it.
who organized the convoy.
Irrespective of who fired first, Israel is now under pressure to explain why it stormed the flotilla in international waters. Martin Benedict, The Associated Press.
As you can see, already evidence right there. That was... God damn it, my phone again, chat. Sorry. I'll be right back. Sorry. I have like a specific time that I take my meds and I stop taking them. So that's why I just leave my phone at anywhere. I think that my meds were the reason why I've been having like intense migraines for like straight up over 2 weeks consecutively. So I stopped taking them and I am feeling better for a bit, but yeah, I gotta figure something out. Sorry, I got distracted. But like, what was I saying? Like I was saying earlier, there we go. 15 years ago, I don't know why I keep saying 10. It literally, right here, this was posted 15 years ago. It's 2026. Oh my God. Not even 15 years ago, chat. Not even 16. Jesus Christ. So again, you've seen the evidence. We already know, chat. We already know. What do you know? What do you know? You know. I know you know. Because you know that I know that Israel always fucking lies. They lie. Kill people, lie about how they killed the people, and claim to be a victim. That's something that they do all the time, okay? They're just fucking liars. Liars. So we know for sure that they killed these 9 activists in this flotilla mission boat to send humanitarian aid to Gaza over 15 years ago. Okay, this is evidence. Because they're going to claim that they're the victims again. Okay, again. F Israel. Hello, Emil. Thank you for the 2nd. And thank you for the 3 stream streak. That is hard to say. Gracias. Maybe I should just have my Twitch chat up, huh? That doesn't show it in my other chat thing. My bad, y'all. But yeah. So that happened 15 years ago, chat. Now, let's move on to what happened last year. Not even a year, like half a year ago, but I think it happened within July to September. Let me look at my notes here. You can definitely see me reporting on this. Actually, I think that the Flotilla mission inspired me to make the news channel in my Discord server. So I had to scroll all the way up to look at me documenting everything that was happening in the Global SUMUD Flotillas mission. But let me see here. Global SUMUD Flotillas attacked again. Yeah, they ended up attacking these people, chat. Which was fucked up. Let me see. Let me look at my pinned message here. Boop. What did I pin here? Oh, yeah. So, again, the Global SUMUD Flotilla mission is the largest mission ever to sail towards Gaza to deliver humanitarian aid. I keep repeating that because I need you guys to remember what this is and what this is called. I've met too many people already who literally don't know any of this. And I'm just like, how? Well, I know how, and I know why, but literally this involves almost every country that cares about Palestine. At least one of your people, one of your citizens within your country is most likely on those boats heading to Gaza and are probably about to be hurt or, God forbid, be killed by Israel. So this is very important, y'all, okay? This is why I had more viewers last year when this was happening. This way I'm a little bit sad that this time I guess it's not as important anymore. I'm assuming it's because last year Greta Thunberg was on the boats. This year she wasn't on there because she's doing a documentary right now. I'm assuming over what happened last year. So I guess like a super famous person isn't on there. There is some prominent people on there, but there's also civilians, people like you and me, chat. Like someone from your country is most likely on these boats. Last year, before the boats even started sailing, okay, to Gaza, Israel sent their drones, chat, to the boats and started trying to intimidate them by like spraying suspicious liquids on them, fucking doing like trying to set the boats on fire and stuff. That was last year. So let me show you an example of that. And this was on September 9th is when I posted this here, but I don't know the exact date. No, yeah, September 9th, chat. How many months ago was that? That was around 8 months ago. So let's look at that evidence right there. So breaking news, footage shows the moment the SUMUD flotilla was bombed by a drone in the Tunisia's coast. The family boat, which is what the boat is called, carrying steering committee members under the Portuguese flag, was struck by a suspected drone. This is the boat that carries the same people who were on the Madeline boat previously, including Greta Thunberg. All passengers and crew are safe. The Global SUMUD Flotilla confirms an investigation is underway and vows its peaceful mission to break Gaza's siege will continue undeterred. So let's look at this, okay? You can't hear it because I don't have it up. Next evidence.
Au secours, il y avait une sorte de, je sais pas c'est quoi, mais c'était une sorte d'explosion. Là c'est live. J'espère que les personnes vont bien. Là je vous ramène les nouvelles live du port de Sidi Bou Saïd.
Here's another, I think another angle of the same bombing. Give me a sec. From a suspended account. They got them. Israel got them. That is insane. That's literally, but I can still play it on my Discord. Oh shit. I'm literally, chat. Literally, my Discord is containing evidence that is even deleted from social media. That's insane. But we saw one piece of evidence of that. That's crazy. But basically, when this happened, chat, I think they were attacked earlier as well. Let me see. No. Bombing of main flotilla boat that contained activists from the last flotilla, including Greta Thunberg. So I think they were bombed before this, right, chat? And then they tried bombing them again. And yeah. Again, evidence that these fuckers are insane. Like, why would you bomb a boat that's carrying baby formula? Why? Why? Well, we know why. But I just don't understand how we keep letting these people get away with that shit, right? That was last year, okay? Last year. Let me read chat. F Israel. Yes, thank you. And that's just an opinion and criticism, not anti-Semitism. Okay, chat, and twitch.com/TV, whatever it's called. And then Noor is giving their opinion, says that if they visit Albania, they will not give their services to them. Israel is always pissing me off. No, yeah, it's pissing everyone off. I'm glad to hear that now, because back then, chat, back then when I was talking about this, people did not give a fuck, and people still believed everything that Israel would say. All of their, like, fucking obvious lies. Damn, crazy. They aren't even Semite, the Palestinians are. They are! They are. So this was, I hope this is still up. I can see it on my Discord channel where I post the news on there. But let's see if this is still up on Twitter. This is Miguel, one of the leaders of the flotillas, and an activist from Brazil, I believe. He was talking about what happened last year when the boats were attacked by Israel. Jesus Christ. It's not on there? They've deleted it? I can fucking see it on my Discord channel. Oh God. What about this? Everything, chat. Do you see this? What about the Middle East Eye? What about this one? Okay, Jesus Christ. At least we have this one on here. Okay.
There has been a suspected drone attack on one of the ships of the global SUMUD flotilla here in Tunis. It caused a fire. The fire is now out and there are no injuries. However, the ship that was attacked is the lead ship. It is the ship that was carrying Greta Thunberg. We're heading to the port now. Stay tuned for updates.
That's it? You know, the posts that I was trying to get to were posts that showed the attack. Also, wasn't this girl the chick that was kind of like... Remember, like, 3 TamaTalks ago, chat? Where the Middle East Eye was talking about how dare Iran retaliate and bombing the facilities from Israel when Israel started bombing the nuclear and water facilities in Iran? Wasn't that you, girl? Okay. I remember you now. I know what you do. Fucking slight propaganda. Okay, sorry. I kind of got pissed looking at her. That's how I remember her. But yeah, clearly this was done on purpose, right? Oh my God, I'm very disappointed now. I just wonder how much evidence was deleted on Twitter now. But yeah, clearly, after that, chat, after that, on the 16th of September, there was a second attack on the boats, okay? The one that we just saw, I believe, was the first attack. They've, like, they've attacked the boats before, but not with bombs. So this was the second time with the bomb attack, I believe. A few days later, they attacked the fucking boats again. And this was during Charlie Kirk's assassination too, so it's like crazy timing. Everything was going insane. Charlie Kirk was shot in the fucking head and died. And then, like around that time, the flotilla had a second attack on the boats. And this time, It was a little bit too close, chat, and this could have like fucking killed someone, okay? I know Israel's gonna claim it's like, oh, it's just fireworks. It's just a little fire on the boat. Like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, guys. Wink, wink. And then they dropped this fucking thing on the boat and almost caused a fire. And you know what? They almost drop it on a person, on an activist, on a civilian. Let's take a look. My bad. Do you see this? There's a Mexican flag. There's a Palestinian flag. I can't see what that flag on fire is. But we saw that, right? Give me a sec. We see them almost hit this fucking guy, bro. They almost hit this guy and cause a fire, and Israel's still acting like they are the victim, okay? This was the second attack, okay? This could have killed anyone. And we were lucky that they didn't kill anyone. Again, 15 years ago, they killed 9 people over this, over trying to send baby formula to Gaza. Okay, remember that, chat. Remember that. When someone tries to defend Israel, just remember that. They've already killed people over this. Okay? Finally, you know, the boats finally start sailing towards Gaza, okay? This was all done before they even started sailing. And of course, you know, I think as of... No, yeah. That was... Apparently, this second attack was on the 10th of September. I must have not reported on it, like, on stream immediately. But from the video here, it says the September 10th was the second attack. But then I guess on the 16th or the 15th of September, they all finally sailed from Tunisia and were heading to Gaza. So this right here is the Global SUMUD Flotilla tracker. You press on it, it shows you all the boats heading towards Gaza. And apparently the active ones are... Look at that. 64 boats were going there. Oh my gosh, you guys can't see this here. Let me go out here. Red means that they've been captured. So they've already captured 22 boats, chat. Here, let's see. Let me zoom in on this so you guys can see. And let me turn on the music for you guys. Here, let me zoom in F2. There we go. 22 boats have already been intercepted by Israel. But 43 boats are still sailing. As you can see, they have an SOS sign on top already out. You can't... Fucking hell. Let me zoom out a bit. When I zoom in, the map gets bigger. That's very interesting. Okay. Well, they have an SOS out, chat. So you guys need to spread the word out, because already 22 boats have been intercepted. And we don't know if, like, I don't know yet how many people have been captured or not. Let's zoom in here. Drones and suspected military boats sighted in proximity of the flotilla. That was on Wednesday, 29th of April 2026. 2032 UTC. Okay, there's so many boats here. Wait, now it says 6 boats. What's going on? Here, let's look at the updates. Interception 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have video evidence of this one. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I counted 23 so far. Yeah. So I think every time I press on this, it like removes the interceptions for some reason. But yeah, I mean, there's been 23 notifications on here on the right side already. It shows pictures on some of them as well. And what this means is that Israel basically either destroyed the boats, took the boats, kidnapped the people in the boats, or apparently, and I will talk about this more towards the end of the stream, but they've left them for dead. If they didn't kidnap them, they left them for dead. 179 participants detained, says Emil. 21 boats intercepted. That's crazy. No, yeah, there's a lot of people on these boats, chat. You don't understand. I said this earlier, but there's at least one person from your country on this boat. And it's just a normal person, a civilian, just like you and me. They're on this fucking boat, chat. This is why you guys need to take this seriously, because we don't know if Israel's going to decide to kill these people again like they did fucking 15 years ago, okay? So this is the tracker. I encourage you guys to like keep this, you know, keep this for you guys to track as well what's going on. And if all the boats are gone or not, it would help me as well if more boats were intercepted and you guys were telling me, because a lot of this stuff happened when I barely woke up or when I was asleep, you know? So this is why we need everyone from around the world keeping their eyes on the flotillas. So they finally started sailing, right? We were looking at the flotillas and stuff. And that was when finally, slowly but surely, Israel kept kidnapping everyone from each boat. And then they sent everyone to Israeli prison, okay? One of the very intense prisons in Israel as well. And that's when I did my emergency stream. Maybe I should look it up, huh? I mean, I'm sure I streamed my sources on there. Okay, chat, close your eyes. I hope nothing pops out. Nothing crazy pops out. Let's see. Let's look at my live here. Let's scroll all the way down here, chat. Because I remember that they kidnapped the civilians. Don't stay quiet. IDF kidnapped civilians on flotillas. Wasn't there more? New evidence and analysis. I'm sure I had another stream. That's very interesting. Flotilla update. Wait, was it removed? Chat, I swear there's some missing streams on here. Wait, what is going on? Okay, here's one. Emergency stream. 10 attacks on flotilla boats. It ends up reaching the people ashore. And this was on my old model as well. Here, let me turn off my thing here. Cool. When was this? This was 6 months ago.
Going into interception, we do not know if this will be a violent interception or not, but we are sure that they're going to disrupt all communications, creating a black hole here.
4 people from Austria. So last year there was 497 participants. That's insane. I think this year there was more. Why did it show Mordecai and Rigby? I swear though, there was one describing the aftermath of everything. Fucking hell. Chat, I have to pay attention to my content now. I do remember. Oh, there it is. Oh my god. So right here. Yeah, this was an emergency stream because it was released like after people were being released from Israel custody, including Greta Thunberg. It was now confirmed that they tortured her and other flotilla members. Greta spoke out, and you know what she fucking said? She said, "Don't focus on me, focus on the people of Palestine." Thought that was very, very brave. Apparently, a lot of witnesses say that Ben Gavir forced Greta to kiss the Palestinian flag as they basically beat her, to send a message to all the other activists and to instill fear in them. Months later as well, it was also revealed that there was potential sexual assault from the soldiers towards the flotilla members. A lot of women and men said that they were sexually abused by Israel soldiers while they were in custody, again, after trying to send humanitarian aid to Gaza. Okay, baby formula, food, and medicine. Okay, this has been happening for quite a while. Okay. And we're lucky, I suppose, that they didn't end up killing anyone last year. Okay. That's the only positive of this whole situation. And that is sad. That is, I don't really see that as positive, chat. And so of course, more people, okay, decided, hey, no, I'm gonna get on this fucking boat again, and I'm gonna try to send humanitarian aid to Gaza. Okay? Simple as that. So, this is what happened about 12 to 14 hours ago. Now we're jumping to the present, chat. I gave you like a very small summary of what happened 15 years ago, and then what happened 6 to 8 months ago. Now we're jumping to what happened 12 to 14 hours ago, okay? This is what happened. Boop. That's the wrong screen. Give me a sec. Boop. Boop. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Boom. There we go. So, this is what happened. I'm going to read the announcement here. Israel has intercepted the global SUMUD flotilla in international waters, and unarmed civilians were held at gunpoint. This is not contested. This is a breach of international law. Australians are on those vessels. Okay, so obviously this is an Australian account. The government cannot look away. We demand immediate action, confirm their safety, provide diplomatic protection, and publicly condemn this unlawful act. Silence is a decision, and right now it enables this to continue. Take action now. Call your MP. Contact the foreign minister. Demand protection for Australians and accountability for Israel. Share this. And so I'm sharing this because they had a really good summary of what happened. Israel has intercepted civilians in international waters. The global summit flotilla carrying unarmed civilians in aid, including Australians and including someone from your country, Chad, okay? From your country. Remember, your country. It is very likely that one person on this boat is a civilian from your country. This involves you, no matter if you care or not, okay? Remember that. Supported by global organization and civil society, this mission is part of a broader effort to challenge the blockade on Gaza and deliver humanitarian aid. Reports indicate warships, drones, and armed personnel were deployed, communication disrupted, and civilians held at gunpoint. This is not a border incident. This is an armed interception and a clear violation of international law. Australia must act now. If you're from Australia, you have to act now. If you're from anywhere, you have to act now. And this is how you can help. This is just an example right here. The government has a responsibility to act. We demand immediate action to confirm the location, status, and safety of all Australians on board and everyone else as well. Provide full and immediate diplomatic protection. Urgently engage Israel, Greece, and all relevant governments to secure their safety and safe passage. Publicly condemn Israel's actions. Yeah, this was literally right next to Greece, okay? Right next to Greece. This is what Israel did. And you know what Greece did? Nothing. You know what they did? Nothing. Nothing, chat. Little Tama, yeah, that was little me. Made it just in time. Hello, Careless. Thank you for joining. Let's look at the video evidence of this situation happening. So this is from Reuters. Israel intercepted humanitarian aid ships bound for Gaza in international waters near Greece. Flotilla organizers said the group called the move an escalation of Israel's impunity. So let's look at this. I don't know if there is nandake audio in here. There is.
We are on Folletto, and other boats around seems to be spotting interception vessels. Bianca got boarded.
If you're carrying humanitarian aid, you're invited to proceed to the port of Ashdod, where the aid will undergo a security inspection and will subsequently be transferred to the Gaza Strip.
They don't.
Any further attempt to sail toward Gaza places your safety at risk. And
they're lying.
No choice but to take all necessary measures at its disposal.
Liars.
To enforce the lawful maritime security blockade. It is dangerous to remain on your current course.
So this happened while I was sleeping. When I woke up, I think it was like an hour or two after I woke up when I found out that this had happened. So that means it must have happened around 5 a.m. Japanese time. 5 or 6 or 4. I don't remember what time I woke up. But yeah, do you see their reasoning? They're saying that if you really want to send humanitarian aid to Gaza, you have to do it through Israel's, checking points. They will check the aid and then they will send it to Gaza/Palestine. That is a lie, chat. If that weren't true, why are still people starving in Gaza? Okay. Why are they still living in tents? Okay. You know what humanitarian aid includes? It also includes fucking what's it called? Machinery to rebuild their houses, to remove the rubble, to save the people trapped underneath the rubble. And if someone died, well, to get the corpses of their loved ones from underneath the rubble. It includes water, food, medicine, clothes, shelter. None of that is reaching Palestine. And if it is minuscule. It's not enough. That's why a lot of people are dying from starvation. That's why Palestine is already under famine. It's already under famine. So, why do you think these people have to do the work themselves? They have to risk their lives, not because Palestine is dangerous, but because the IOF is dangerous, okay? The people from Israel are dangerous. They might kill these people. Did my stream end? This is very interesting. Give me a sec. I guess not. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. No? Okay. Sorry, my chat is really weird. It's saying that you guys aren't here, and then you're joining, and then you're not here. Let me drink water so I can be able to talk better. But yeah, so there's a reason why these people are trying to go to Gaza. Is because they know that these people are starving, they're cold, they're tired, and they're dying. And Israel's not letting aid in. So is Egypt. Egypt is listening to Israel because they're afraid of Israel. So Egypt has closed the Rafah border, the border right next to Egypt. One of the only ways that Palestinian people can escape if they want to. They can't escape. You know how they can escape? They have to pay about $10,000 each person to cross the border. That's if they get approved, chat. So they've made it impossible for people to escape, and they've made it impossible for sufficient aid to go into Palestine. So the global summit flotilla is needed. They need to go and fucking give the aid themselves. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Let me make myself taller. I didn't. Okay. Well, I tried. But listen here. So this is what happened about 12 to 14 hours ago. There was the video evidence right there. Here is the flotilla members asking Greece authorities for help. But once again, these members were ignored because there was nothing supposedly that Greece could do. But this is evidence of them asking for help. Oh my God, why does it keep doing that? Give one more time here. Maybe I should exit all of these. We might need to look at that tracker again in a bit. Okay, let's try this again. Boop. So, a member of the Global Summit Flotilla sent a radio message to the Greek Ghost Guard, requesting assistance after the flotilla was illegally surrounded in international waters near the Greek island of Crete. Ah, that's what the user earlier you were saying, that it was near the island of Crete. Thank you. By the Israeli Navy. Governments must act now to protect the flotilla. The flotilla governments hold Israel accountable for these flagrant violations of international law and for Israel's ongoing genocide against the Palestinian people, organizers said in press release. Let's take a look at this video. Also, let's see. Yosha. Okay.
Greek Coast Guard, Greek Coast Guard, Greek Coast Guard. Here. We are followed by drones for several hours now and possibly surrounded by unknown military vessels. Can you copy us? Over.
That's it? Did they ever respond? Oh my
Greek
god.
Coast Guard, Greek Coast Guard, Greek Coast Guard. Here. We are followed by drones for several hours now and possibly surrounded by unknown military vessels. Can you copy us? Over.
The thing is like everything is coordinated, everything is tracked. The Greece Coast Guard would know if Israel's there. Israel, I mean, legally, everyone's supposed to inform every country that they're there, okay? It's the same with planes. You just can't grab a plane and fly it anywhere because then you're seen as a threat. Every plane is accounted for. If it isn't, you're probably flying illegally. Stuff like that's the same with boats, I'm assuming. So, I'm sorry, but you can't just be like, oh, we didn't know, or there's nothing we can do. It's like, bro, come on. Come on. Let's be for real here.
Return now to our...
Let's look at this interview. Literally while it was happening, the seizing of boats was happening. This is called Gaza and Flotilla. Reports interceptions as Israel begins seizing ships headed to Gaza. And this was from now 17 hours ago, and it's by Al Jazeera.
Our top story about the global SUMUD flotilla that is headed to Gaza, and interceptions aboard those vessels have begun by the Israeli Navy. We're going to be joined now by guest Tarek Raouf, a writer and activist, joining us from one of those vessels. Tarek, thank you so much for taking the time. Just tell us, firstly, what is happening around you?
Yes. So we were amongst our fleet, and they were being surrounded by Israeli military ships. And from those military ships, a bunch of smaller military ribs began surrounding many of our vessels. Drones have been surrounding us and flashing us with lights, and we've been getting messages from the Israeli military through our radio saying that we are breaking international law and that we need to stop.
Okay. How long has this been happening for now? How long has it been going?
This has been happening for about 2 hours now, a little over 2 hours.
Okay, and so are those Navy vessels coming any closer, or how are you responding to them?
We are on our way to Crete. That was what our destination was. We were going to go to Crete because there's a storm coming on our. So we were going to seek shelter there, and then we were going to head to Gaza. And the vessels have still surrounded many of our fleet and many of our boats.
Oh my god, wait, let me pause this. 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 Oh my god. Oh, I just realized I'm connecting the fucking dots. Jesus Christ, chat. Oh. Sorry, I'm connecting the dots now. So they hadn't sailed towards Gaza yet. They hadn't sailed towards Gaza yet. They were going to Greece because there's a huge storm coming. Oh my god. Did he say storm? Okay, I was gonna like, you know, when I do these streams, oh shit. When I do these streams, I plan the storyline and I reveal the biggest thing towards the end. But I just gotta tell you guys. So what ended up happening, chat, is that they left some of the people. They've destroyed the engines. They've destroyed the communications on the boats. Communication, the engines, and anything else needed for these people to be able to move around in the boats. And then they left them on the boats. They left them on the boats. So you know, which is why everyone's freaking out. And I don't know why I didn't make the connection. I guess I didn't watch this full thing. I thought they were already heading to Gaza. I didn't know that they started heading towards Greece because there was a storm coming. So this implies that Israel coordinated this attack in order to leave these people for dead in the sea. Like, they literally planned this. It wasn't random. I thought that they were already going to Gaza, and then because they were going to Gaza, they just stopped them right then and there. But once again, Israel attacked them before they went to Gaza, and this time it left some of the people stranded in the sea. This gives even more context of how they're trying to kill these people without necessarily doing it with their own hands. It's like, it's making sense to me now. It wasn't random. I was under the assumption that they did this because they were already heading to Gaza, but they did this because they were trying to escape a storm and find refuge in Greece. And then that's when they kidnapped some of the people and also left other people on boats to basically die. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, I just made that connection right now. Wait, well then doesn't that mean Greece knew? Doesn't that mean that Greece knew? Is Greece working with Israel? What's going on here? Has the storm reached the area? I'm not sure, but by now it should have, right? It clocks out. It's been raining like hella these past days here in Japan. Shit. Here, well, let's finish watching this. Let's finish watching this. Fucking hell.
Okay, you've lost communications because you believe they've been cut, or some other reason?
And it's been extremely infuriating because yes, they have been cut. Yeah, there are jammed. Our communications have been jammed. The IOF has done what they love to do, which is play music through the radio as some sort of psychological warfare tactic. But we are in international waters, and so this is really truly unprecedented move from Israel because we are nowhere near Gaza yet. And so this is actually really absurd, the fact that they are going after us at this point when we are just trying to carry aid to Gaza.
Tarek, I want to talk to you about the distance. You mentioned that you were going to Crete, so that gives some of our viewers who will be familiar with the region a bit of perspective. You are about 2/3, roughly, along your journey. Are you surprised that the Navy has turned up at this point?
Anyone else wants to fill out power between for?
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's extremely surprising because we have like the fact that like normally what happens for anyone that doesn't normally know is there's a point within the Mediterranean called the Orange Zone. The Orange Zone is the unofficial place where the Israeli military historically has been intercepting the vessels from all of the flotillas over the last 18 years.
Orange Zone.
Near that point. There is no precedent for the fervor in which the Israeli military is going after innocent civilians.
Someone write that down.
On the Mediterranean.
Oh shit, he's losing connection.
I'm just check that we've still got you there because the line obviously is a little disconnecting sometimes. If you would like to just finish the last point you made.
Orange Zone.
Yes, yeah, sorry. It's really tricky to get Wi-Fi in the Mediterranean. What I'm saying is historically speaking, the Israeli military generally only intercepts the Orange Zone, which is about 200 nautical miles away from Gaza, and we're very far from that. So it is truly unprecedented with the fervor that Israel is going after innocent civilians on the Mediterranean. For this specific flotilla, it's truly absurd. And this goes to show the extent to which Israel is willing to violate international law because of how deep into international waters we currently are.
Tarek, given the location that you are in, but that you will know, obviously, what has happened in previous flotillas, what concerns do you have for your own safety and what happens from here?
I don't have any concerns for my own safety. My concern is for the people of Palestine, the people in Gaza, the people in the West Bank, and the people constantly bombarded by Israel in Lebanon and in Palestine and all over the world. That's where the concern needs to be. It's where it needs to go. This is just a shining example live on air of how far Israel is willing to go to break international law. And truly, like, we should be far more concerned about the fact that our leaders are allowing Israel to do this repeatedly every single time any flotilla tries to go and deliver aid, which is legal according to international law. Israel illegally kidnaps them, and they're doing it again, only even further away from international waters. And I think that more people need to be upset with the way that these governments have allowed Israel to walk all over them and allow them to do whatever they want. I'm not concerned about my own safety. I don't care if the IOF boards this boat. I don't care if the IOF tries to attack us, because this is something that the Israel to do. And we need to start caring more about the fact that our politicians and our systems and our leaders and the companies responsible all allow Israel to do whatever they want, and it's truly unacceptable.
Tarek Grove, a writer and activist, joining us from the global SUMUD flotilla off the coast of Crete. We thank you very much for your time and joining us on Al Jazeera.
Okay. So... Okay. So, historically, he gave us a lot of information there. Historically, Israel usually kidnaps people so far or kills them around the orange zone. They are very far away from the orange zone, and they were trying to escape the sea here. What does the Greek government have to say about this? Here, I'm reading the chat here. Have countries on the Mediterranean given IDF control of their sea? That's what I'm saying! IDF claims reclaims legality or BS. I'm just freaking out because I didn't think that's how connected it was. I mean, obviously it was, but like I haven't been able to keep up with everything well. This all happened again, like how many hours ago was this posted? 17 hours ago. And I went to work today, chat. I couldn't keep up. I'm just very disappointed that I didn't make this connection here. Yeah. Okay, so this is Francesca. I'm sure many of you guys remember her from last year, Albanese, the UN special reporter. She says, alarm. How on earth is it possible that Israel is allowed to assault and seize vessels in international waters just off Greece/Europe? Besides, what can you think of apartheid Israel and its genocidal leaders? This should send shockwaves across Europe. So yeah, we need to criticize Europe. Of course, always criticize America first, okay? All the time. But this time, you know, Europe isn't doing shit either. They're just letting people be kidnapped right next door, literally, like outside their windows, near their waters. What is going on here? Yeah, the distance is crazy. What's happening? They're just being complicit now? I mean, they've always been complicit, but to this extent, they're allowing Israel in their waters and be like, yeah, kidnap these people and leave them for dead. Here's more criticism of Greece and Europe by the Middle East Eye. Palestinian content creator Abdul Ayad has posted a video condemning Israel for illegally intercepting Gaza-bound aid boats in international waters near Greece. Ayad emphasized that these boats were intercepted hundreds of miles from Gaza, approximately I keep saying 100. 1,111 kilometers away. Jesus Christ. Let's watch this. Gotta zoom in for a bit once again. Haba.
This is the live tracker of the flotilla boats, and how far are they from where Israeli naval control the area? They literally intercepted them around Greece, thousands of miles away from their control. This only proves of their weakness. 100 boats. Israel, the balloon that the USA blow them up, to imagine they're strong, they cannot intercept the same time 100 boats. They had to do it thousands of miles away in international waters, where until this moment 11 boats were missing. No communications with the boat. Their weakness is showed by 100 flotilla boats that's carrying aid. They cannot intercept them at the same time. They had to do it in international waters. And hey, international law, nothing. It's just watching and eating popcorn and watching the activism just being intercepted and being kidnapped. This is the last.
That's also true, chat. Like, I'm telling you, a lot of people as well during this, and I'm pretty sure they're being paid by Israel, by the way. A lot of people are condemning this. They're like, yeah, if you know the flotillas aren't gonna work, then why are you wasting all this money and time, like, trying to sell to Gaza? You should donate to Palestinians instead, and donate to, you know, to causes that help Palestinians. And yes, of course, donate to charities that help Palestinians and their own personal charity funds to help them survive or escape Palestine, get medical aid or whatever. That's true, you should do that. But again, Israel is preventing aid from entering Gaza. A lot of people 2 years ago, especially me, was wondering, hey, if my charity organization can't get into Gaza to provide the aid that they need, is my money going to waste? Yes or no? A lot of those organizations are dedicating their work to be done outside of Gaza. So if Palestinians escape, then they help the families that escaped from Palestine. So yeah, I still see value in donating to charities, of course. But once again, Palestine isn't getting the necessary aid they need to survive, okay? They're not getting materials, resources, food, water, clothes, things to build new refuge. They're not even stopping the bombings. They're not stopping the bombings. They're still killing people every day. There's over, what, like 1,000 to 2,000 people being killed right now already since the supposed ceasefire by Trump in Palestine, which was a complete lie. And this guy said, he said, okay, everyone now, it's not even in Israeli waters. Okay, this is not near Israel. This is not near Palestine. This is literally, if anyone's in Europe right now, this is outside. You can literally look at the sea and this is happening at your waters. And no one's doing anything about it. The government's letting Israel kidnap these people, attack them, and leave them for dead on the sea. And you guys should be pissed off about it, especially if you're fucking European. If you're not fucking out there on the streets, if you're not contacting your government, you know, if you're not holding people responsible for letting Israel attack these activists, then what the fuck? You're as bad as your government. What's going on? What's happening? What? So here's the Global SUMUD Flotilla account calling for help, chat. So right here, Global SUMUD Flotilla. 15 of our vessels abducted. Our people at sea remain unaccounted for. Demand accountability. They're asking for your help, chat. They're literally asking for your help. They're asking us, me and you, to demand accountability. And this was at 1:49 p.m. April 30th, my time. Jesus Christ. Okay. Here's more from the Global Summit Flotilla account. Tonight, the world is witnessing the export of the Israeli military's doctrine and of engineered abandonment. Interesting. Engineered abandonment. Remember that, chat. Write that down. In a violent raid in international waters, Israeli naval forces have intercepted, boarded, and systemically disabled various boats of the Global Summit Flotilla. After smashing engines and destroying navigation arrays, the military retreated, intentionally leaving hundreds of civilians stranded on powerless, broken vessels directly in the path of a massive approaching storm. Furthermore, communications with multiple vessels have been jammed, severing their ability to coordinate or signal for help. While flotilla participants face a calculated death trap at sea, the people of Gaza remain the primary targets of a relentless, years-long campaign of starvation and slaughter. The logic being deployed tonight is identical. The Israeli state creates the conditions for death, sabotages the means of survival, and then waits for nature or circumstances to finish the job. Sabotaged and abandoned at sea. Israel disables Summit Flotilla engines and deserts crews in the path of a major storm, exporting the logic of engineered death from Gaza to international waters. This is what this means, chat, okay? If they're not killing Palestinians with their own hands and with their own weapons supplied by the United States of America and any other country that decides to turn the cheek, they're killing Palestinians by not giving them what they need and letting nature do its work, okay? This is what they are doing with the people on the boats in international waters. They destroyed the engines, they destroyed any forms of communication, and then they abandoned them in the water, in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of the sea, as a major storm comes in, hoping that the storm kills them. That's if the Greece waters and the European waters as well, the people controlling those waters, Europe and Greece, don't do their best to go and save these people. I haven't heard anything. Before I started the stream, chat, I tried checking if everyone was accounted for, but I didn't see anything. Like, I didn't see that everyone was safe. What happened to the people that were actually kidnapped by Israel? What happened to the people that were left at the sea without any forms of communication? What's going on? Engineered abandonment. Thank you, Careless. What's happening? Spanish and Italians are the majority that got detained. Yeah. A lot of people from Spain and Italy are actually doing the civilians, by the way. Again, not the politicians aren't doing their best, but the civilians from Spain and Italy are doing their job right. They've been trying to, fight for Palestine. And this was actually the most recent post from the Global Summit Flotilla. This was posted at 10:24 p.m. Literally around, what? Has it been 2 hours already, chat? 2 hours ago? At least, I'm assuming, yeah, about 2 hours ago, chat. So this was posted by them 2 hours ago, and they pinned it on their Twitter account. It says, "Rise up for Palestine and global order. International law is crumbling. Institutions are complicit. but the people will not be silent. Israel's attacks on global solidarity must stop. And end the siege on Gaza. End impunity. Find mobilizations by pressing on this link, which means here, this is where you can go and mobilize, which means get together with other people in your area and demand governments to care for not only Palestine, well, of course, mainly Palestine, but also the people that are possibly stranded in sea right now. Let's see what this says here. Boop. Let me go out. Global activations. Okay, there's a map of emergency protests. You see here? Hungary. There's one in, where is this? What's this? Venya. Okay. There's one. Well, where's here? There's some in Brussels. Okay. Let's look here. What's here? What's this? There's one in Walsall. There's many in Ireland right there. United Kingdom. Okay, okay, that's where that is. Let's spread it more. Oh, look how many are in the US. Okay. There's a lot here in this area. There's some in Canada as well. There's about 4 in Mexico. Do you see how everyone is mobilizing around the world, chat? Oh, shit. Oh, this is Europe. Okay, we were just looking at that. I was just so zoomed in. America's kind of... They need to keep up. Look at all the middle part. Look at the middle part not doing shit, chat. A lot of the blue states are doing shit. If you were noticing. Let's look at Asia. There's one in Japan. Let's fucking go. Of course it's Hiroshima. You know, where they dropped the fucking bombs and nukes in Japan. Of course they'd be against all of this. No more war. No more nuclear bombs. No more fucking letting Israel get away with shit. There's some in South Korea as well. Let's look more here. A ver. This map, it looks kind of weird. Let me zoom in here like this. Okay. Let's see. There's one in Thailand. I'm sure there's more, chat. They're just not. They're not in this list right here. Yo! Wait, we just saw that. We need more in Asia, y'all. What's going on? Oh, there's one in Oman. Wait, where's this? Muscat. Whoa. I can't read that. The dot's in the way. Baushar. Of course, Palestine. But you see how close Europe is to Palestine, chat? That's why people are doing this, by the way. Look how close Europe is to Palestine. Palestine's literally right here. And then that's Europe. Literally, Europe can help Palestine and they're not doing shit. Their fucking citizens and civilians are. Oh, look, Denmark. That's where... Oh, oh wait, is this Denmark? I don't know. I've never seen it before. That's Denmark. Is Copenhagen... Is that Denmark? Okay, that's Zaya right there. Just casually doxing Zaya. Is this still Denmark? I don't know, chat. I've never been to Denmark. I wouldn't know. Oh, is this Sweden? Sweden's not doing much either, which is insane because Greta's from there. You'd think they'd, you know... I heard that a lot of people in Sweden turned against Greta. They don't take her seriously no more because she cares for, you know, brown people, I suppose. But yeah, so yeah, follow that link to mobilize with other people, or you can organize your own if you're brave enough. You start organizing on your own with the help of other people, of course. Here's the link to that. And submit your event. I see. Oh, okay. So if you know an event near you that isn't on the map, you would help them so much by letting that group know that they should submit their event in this website. I know many protesters or protesting events in Japan. Like, I have a huge ass list all over Japan as well. So that's why I know there's more than one in Japan. I'm gonna see if they can put their events in here. But yeah, just pay attention to that as well. But yeah, let's look at this right here. It says, "We rise for Palestine and global order. Israel's attacks on global solidarity must stop. End the siege on Gaza. End impunity. Final mobilization near you. Protest what is going on. Any semblance of international law is crumbling as institutions remain complicit by doing nothing. So what needs to happen? Well, the people must act, okay? Organize a mobilization or share your mobilizations by tagging or collaborating with Waves of SUMUD, okay? I gave you the links in the chat there just so you guys can save them. But this is the Global SUMUD Flotilla asking for your help, okay? So please also follow the official account on Twitter or anywhere else. They also have an Instagram and YouTube channel. Wait. Let me see. I think they're updating. Wait. This one was from an hour ago. Let me check this out. Give me a sec. This is from an hour ago, chat. There are grave concerns for the safety of around 175 activists arbitrarily detained and being transported to Israel as we speak, after their vessels were boarded in international waters near Greece and Israel jammed their communication channels, severing their ability to coordinate or ask for help. You need to follow Amnesty International. This underscores the dangerous consequences of decades of impunity for Israel's ongoing atrocity crimes against Palestinians, including genocide in the Gaza Strip and apartheid, and its unlawful occupation of Palestinian territory. The crew of the intercepted vessels must be immediately and unconditionally released. While in custody, the Israeli authorities must ensure that all activists are immediately granted access to consular support, treated humanely, and protected from torture and ill treatment. Okay, so we know that 175 activists have been detained so far. I'm just wondering, the people that they left on the sea, like, are they okay? That's what I'm wondering, but I'm assuming they haven't updated us on that, chat, because they don't fucking know themselves. Again, they destroyed everything on the boats. This is why we gotta, like, speak out on this, because it's dangerous, chat. Here, I'm gonna repost this. Ay. Jesus Christ. But yeah, like, we saw everything, the historic crimes of Israel against fucking flotillas trying to send humanitarian aid to Gaza. Okay, we looked at that. And again, I'm gonna just say this again. The Global SUMUD Flotilla mission has not been getting the same traction, as it did last year when it comes to encouraging the world to keep their eyes on Gaza and on these flotilla boats. Israel is capable of killing these civilians, and not enough people are talking about it. So please, guys, I'm telling you, spread the word and pay attention, because we don't know if they're gonna kill these people, especially the 175 activists that they kidnapped and are currently being sent to fucking prison. They've already tortured the activists from last year, both physically and sexually, including Greta Thunberg. This is serious stuff. And again, like I said, most of the people from around the world is participating in sending aid to Gaza. It's most likely that one person from your country is on one of these boats. This involves you and me, chat. You and me. The Palestinian people are our people. Their children are our children. We must continue to criticize Israel and to ask for justice, to ask for aid, and to ask for this genocide to just stop, to ask for the war on Iran to stop the bombings in Lebanon as well. It just has to stop. And we gotta pressure our governments to do that. Okay? And that's it for TamaTalks. Okay? I will try to keep you guys updated on my Discord, because again, this is like a developing story. We don't know the full details concerning like the other people involved in this attack from Israel. So yeah, just keep your eyes open, chat. Keep your eyes open, man. I gotta go to bed. I'm sorry for starting stream late, but I had some personal issues I had to do and quickly prepare for stream. Especially you guys with different time zones. You guys need to help me out, because usually when more shit starts happening, it's usually when I'm asleep, chat. Is usually when I'm asleep. So if you guys have any developing stories or something that you see that I might want to know, it'd be cool if you could like share it on the Discord news section on my let me see, what channel is it? Yeah, you can share it on the Q and opinions, questions and opinions section. No one has ever talked in there before, but I can definitely use that as reference if you guys want to share anything that you've discovered. So, but yeah, Jesus Christ, my throat is really dry and I have to go to bed soon, so I'll see you later, alligators. Thank you for listening, and keep your eyes on the flotilla boats. Once again, thank you for listening, y'all. Also, tomorrow I will be streaming a horror game, and I haven't made the announcement yet, but I will soon. I'll also be I'm an official co-streamer for the Latin American Game Showcasing. We will be reacting to new games being showcased and having fun together. Okay, I'll see you later, alligators. Thank you for everything. Good night. Thanks for the informative stream thing. Wow, Tama. Thank you, Kaizen. Thank you everyone who joined and who chatted. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'll see you later, okay, y'all? Bye, bye.
"神様もし してるから今